let's talk a little bit about putting our trombone together. I know, you may be thinking, gee, I already know how to put it together. And you very well may, that's true. However, there are some habits I've noticed over the years that my students get into with putting their trombones together or disassembling their trombones. And quite simply, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. The right way will make your trombone last longer, which is very important. You know, if you're a student, your parents spent a lot of money purchasing or renting that horn. Let's make it last as long as we can. The other thing is that one of the most important parts of the trombone, obviously, is the slide. The slide tubes get out of alignment fairly easily. So we really want to take care when we're maintaining our trombone and putting it together, and just in the way we treat it in our everyday practicing and performing, that really will help that horn last longer. So let's look first at getting it out of the case. So here I have a very common, inexpensive trombone case. This is actually one of my own horns. It's an older trombone that I keep in this little hard-sided case. And one of the things that a lot of students do is they go to get their horn out of the case and they undo all the latches and they just let the case fall open. And a lot of times these cases, the trombone is not strapped into the case in any way. It's secure when the case is closed, but when the case is open, the trombone can fall out. So my suggestion is you lay the case flat on its side, or as flat as it will lay, depending on the brand of case you have. Undo the latches, then open the top of the case all the way while holding the bottom part down so it doesn't wobble or shake back and forth. Same thing when you put the trombone away. Lay the case on its side, open all the way, open completely, take your time. One of my students likes to come in and just throw his case on the floor and pull the horn out, and before we know it, we've got mouthpieces and slides and bells laying everywhere in the studio. So just take your time. I've pulled my trombone out of the case. I've got the bell section, which is this section right here, and I've got my slide. So one of the things I like to do is I hold the bell section here where I can really get a good grip on it, okay? And hold my slide this way. See, I've got both the top part, the top crossbar, and the bottom slide crossbar in one hand. Put them together here, gently, and I kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Now what we want is, we want this angle here to be a 90-degree angle, okay? And then we tighten the nut down on the receiver, and there it's put together, and we can go to grip our trombone just like we learned in the earlier video. So, and then when you go to take it apart, unscrew the nut on the receiver, gently separate the bell section and the slide. Okay, that'll really make the horn last longer. I've seen this part break from people wrenching it apart. Sometimes these parts get tight and can seize a little bit, so just be careful of that. Always be gentle with putting it together, taking it apart. Maintaining the slide is pretty simple. I've included an infographic with this course on how to lubricate the slide. It's very simple. I use a liquid slide lubricant by Yamaha that works great. You can also use Slide-A-Mix is another product that's very good, or Con Super Slick is an old product that's been around for a long time, very similar to cold cream, and you just put a little bit on the inner slide. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we take our slide apart. This is the outer slide, this is the inner slide, and if you look at the bottom of your inner slide, there's these little bumps on the bottom, and there's a raised part of the slide. This is called the stocking. The stocking's slightly larger so that when you put the outer slide back on, it kind of floats on top of that inner slide. So when you put lubricant on, you put it down here right on the stocking part of the slide. Okay, We got our trombone put together. Let's go do some playing.